It's more Easy Red 2 Cassino. One day we'll play as the Germans, but for now we're going to keep playing as the Americans. And we're going to be a Jeep. We're going to be a Jeep gunner. Whoa. Oh, a 50 cal. Now this is interesting. Oh. Am I driving the Jeep? No, I'm not driving the Jeep. Okay, cool. We'll let the AI drive the Jeep for a minute while I talk. So, I have actually driven a World War II Jeep before. In fact, I know two people with World War II Jeeps. One with a Willys, one with a Ford. Both of them are actual Jeeps. Now, they were quite interesting. Both of them were saying that you wouldn't use a 50 cal on a Jeep. They were saying that the recoil would be way too fierce for a Jeep chassis and you'd probably end up breaking it. So they recommended only to use a 30 cal. So this is interesting that they've got a 50 cal. I bet 50 cals were actually used. And probably in combat you don't really give a shit about the lifespan of your Jeep. Especially when... Thanks, guys, for destroying the Jeep and the 50 cal, which would have been incredibly useful. But as I was saying, when it's not a 70-year-old collectible, and you kind of want to protect it, I imagine you wouldn't give that much of a shit. But they were saying it's way too much recoil on the chassis. So they would only recommend using a 30 cal. So that was quite interesting. Crap. Okay, this is not going too well. But yes, we're the Americans, and we're again pursuing some Italian village. Got a nice M1 Thompson, M1A1 Thompson here. And I was thinking about the Americans actually. I've noticed all the American guys have a bloody smoke grenade. I bet this is probably because the Americans are just so much better equipped, because the fact I have a smoke grenade is just so nice. Now, assaulting a fortified village is going to go about as well as that. So, okay, right. How about I get the 50 cal gunner? Okay, this is not a stable platform, guys. I'm trying here. Could we please stop being tards? Hurry up and reload. Thinking of 50 cals. I've never actually fired a 50 cal machine gun. I know one person who has one, because believe it or not, they fall into a category of firearms in New Zealand collecting circles that's universally expensive. So a 50 cal will always be expensive. It'll always be like 20 grand. That's just how much they cost. There's a handful around, but they just always sell for that much because they're that desirable, and fucking fair enough. Also, the ammo's like $8 a fucking bullet these days. So that kind of makes sense, but yeah, it's always been an interesting thing about the 50 cal. Okay. Damn it, I don't have the arc of fire for this. Suppressing fire!
I'll take the lead.
I wish I had more of a traverse. Fuck, that's what a 50 cal's fucking for, isn't it? Just punch through the windows and the doors. That's why it's not an anti-tank machine gun or an anti-tank weapon anymore. It's a anti-personnel or anti-fortification thing, because fuck, you look at it, right? And basically, yeah, you're just smashing through walls and light cover and shit. Why are we not getting in the fucking vehicles? Get in the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Guys? Guys? Okay, I just ran over one of my buddies. You're all retards, because we have a fucking half track here with a 50 on it, and we're not using it. Now, there's obviously a 20mm flat gun over there that's peppering the crap out of us. See, this is what you need to do. We just lay down aggressive suppressing fire at these fucking Germans.
I'm going. Cover me.
Well, I can't really clear the marked area, can I? Not the marked area you want me to clear, anyway. Alright, we're gonna have to get out. Right, now, first things... Oh, we don't have any smoke. We've only got a frag. It's not great. Still. Shit, mortar fire. Right. Frag. Oh, that's even a historically accurate grenade, because... the frag grenades started out as being painted yellow. Yellow for high explosive. I think red was incendiary. Purple was for something as well. Can't quite remember. Oh, purple was for smoke, was it? It was definitely for something. But yeah, frag grenades were painted yellow. But especially in the Pacific, this was a massive giveaway. You know, having a big yellow circle on your chest in the jungle is a bit of an obvious giveaway. Fuck you, German. So they dispensed with that. But they still needed the yellow to differentiate that they were high explosives. So what they did was they just they didn't even paint, they literally painted over them green, but had just a little bit of yellow showing just to differentiate them as high explosive, and that's how the grenades ended up looking. As I said, I love historical accuracy. I'm a little bit of an autist, not a massive autist. I can overlook some things. But it's really nice to see it done properly. And as I said, I like Easy Red 2 because the devs actually do seem like they give a shit. Fuck, M1 Garands are just so fucking nice. The aperture sight, the way they fire, it's just good. As I said, probably the only thing is it's 8 rounds. 10 would be a nicer number, like the Soviet SVT, but again, 8 is not a problem, because remember, you're fighting Germans with bolt-action rifles whose magazines is 5. So really, 8 rounds isn't bad at all. And compared to the semi-auto rifles like the SVT or the G43, shit, that was a good shot. I'm still pinned. Do I move up and attack north? Nah, it's too much. It's too much open ground either way here, really. Yeah, I'm aware, guys, but we're kind of got no smoke. Lord Jesus, King in heaven, protect me. Ow. Mortars. It'd be interesting. I imagine probably more people were killed by artillery fire than they were direct bullets, probably. Ah, BAR. 1918? Well, I know they were all technically 1918 BARs, but what I mean is this doesn't have the bipod. So it must... Oh... Has it got the weird flash hider on it? No. So yeah, it will be a 1918 BAR rather than a A2, which I prefer. The 1918 BAR is just nicer. Shit. MP40 just rattled me there. Again, BARs are one of those guns that it's like, oh, it's on the list, but they're like 10 grand each. Like, the cheapest I've seen one sell for is 5, and fuck, that was a miracle. Like, I know the guy who bought it is someone I know personally, and I keep reminding him, I'm like, bro, the fact you bought that BAR for 5 grand is a miracle. They are like 10 grand each. And there was nothing wrong with that BAR. It was just a massive, there was a combination of a smaller auction, so there wasn't many peeps, a bit of an economic downturn, so there wasn't a huge amount of spare cash lying around for people, and just luck. Sometimes you get lucky. As I said, you never get salty at gun auctions, because sometimes you'll get lucky and other times you won't. It's just how it goes. Right, we're gonna try and... I really want to climb... Look, fat ass, why are you being more realistic to me in real life and not being willing to climb shit? Because that's a me move. Okay, here we go. Hello! Housekeeping! I have a 3006 house cleaning device. Fuck, those mortars and shit are really keeping us... Oh, smoke shells. Fuck you, German. Hmm? Oh, I knew I had one shot left. I'm kind of glad I got that guy with the last shot. It was quite nice. Now, I kind of don't want to be in the same window all the time, because that's a good way to get lit up with an MG42. But this is an advantageous position. Ah, Germans. I kind of feel bad, but that guy, like, he didn't even know. His head just came straight off, so it's fine. And this is war. Oh, fuck. One, that's a slightly funny bit of clipping. Two, I'm genuinely amazed I'm alive. Arthur Marshall, my bro. You are a fucking lucky man. I've got no grenades left. I've only got my M1. Now, I have my M1. I was going to make a whole bunch of M1 jokes, because I've also got an M1 helmet and an M1 bayonet, but that's low-hanging fruit. Holy shit. Oh, I had more bullets left? Fuck. I genuinely thought I heard the ping. Ooh, Rick Winters. Now, that is a manly name. Rick Winters in Danger Vietnam. Sounds like a fucking video game. Okay. We are getting our bottoms pounded here. I have frags, which is good. Damn it. I did kill someone with that grenade though, because they said enemy down, so that's quite good. To be fair, assaulting a heavily defended village is never going to be an easy thing. I suppose what you want to do is have the tanks move in, smash any strong points, then have infantry move in behind and clear out the buildings. We don't have any tanks. We've got light armoured vehicles which are vulnerable to Panzerfausts and Panzerschregs. We're also AI, so we're retarded by effective definition. Can I turn this gun around? I've not really got... I don't want to shoot into my own troops here. Thank you, that wall's gone. Okay, now we can actually have a bit of fun with this. I really wish I had a crew to make this go faster. Here we are. Okay, 88mm flat gun solves problems. You know, that 20mm flat gun would probably solve problems too. But I've just blown it up, so no, it's not going to solve problems anymore. Oh. Oh, and there's also flak shells as well. My bro, could you please fuck off? I want to try flak shells. Right, 88 mil. Fire! Right, we need to patch ourselves up, get on the vehicle. Oh, that is now magically beautiful. Alright. So using the enemy's captured anti-AA gun against them, we can pound the crap out of them, hopefully long enough for our dumbass infantry to get into a favorable position and move up. Otherwise, it's going to have to be me moving up, and I'm going to have to abandon the gun. Oh, I applaud the smoke. Damn it, no! My friend! Why am I on a roof? Actually, I suppose it's a good vantage point, but I am quite exposed out here. I'm gonna switch to someone on the ground. I don't usually utilize squad switching just because I like to get in the zone with whoever I am. But we may as well carry on. Oh, we lost the northern position. Crap. Okay. Right, let's move in. I don't actually know if my BAR is even fucking loaded. That's one of the things about when you take over a new soldier. I'm never sure if their gun is loaded or not. Alright, so we've got... Right, this is not going that great. Now, as you can see, I was saying, this is definitely a 1918 BAR because it doesn't have the reinforcing ribs or the bipod or anything else on it. Right, hide. What the fuck have I got? I've got frag grenades and that's about it. Now, as I said, BAR, it's a nice gun. I would love an 18 over an A2 because I think the fatter handguard, the Bakelite buttstock, look ugly. They look ugly as shit. Same with the bipod isn't pretty. Ooh, MG fire team. Oh, we get to talk about this. This is great. So, the 1919 A6. Now, there were some very fascinating conversions of these. For example, the famous Stinger, which was an aircraft gun converted using, I think it was bits from a 1941 Johnson and M1 Garand together. But the 1919 is a fascinating light machine gun because air-cooled, John Browning design, air-cooled 250 round cloth belt, later using metallic link. It had... Shit. But it was on a tripod, you know, 3-man team, usual shit. But with the A6, what they obviously did was they clutched a buttstock and a bipod to it. There we go. They clutched a bipod and a buttstock to it, and made it a support light machine gun, so you can sort of the troops carry it around. It's an interesting idea, and a lot of them were kind of early kludges. But belt fed, as I said, incredibly reliable, heavy but not impossibly so. Now, in 1919, I have fired one. I have actually had the privilege of firing a 1919 Brownie. When I first fired it, they were using, it was a 308 conversion done by the Israelis, actually. A lot of them you'll find were sent to the Israelis as military aid, so a lot of them were converted to 308, which makes ammo easier, but belts are impossible to find, and so is the link, because it uses 308 link, and that link is not interchangeable with the M13 belt link, were later used by Scotch guns as the M60, which is much more easily and common to find. So when I was firing it, it would keep fucking jamming because we were using 306 belt link, World War II surplus, with 308 rounds in them, and it was just kludging. So you'd get like maybe a 5-round burst, and then you might get a jam, and it was a real pain in the ass. But we switched to a cloth belt, and that ran flawlessly. And it's actually, I fired it off the tripod. I didn't fire it off the shoulder because it was a 1919 A4 rather than an A6, so it was one of the ones on the tripod with without the shit medic, so I can go save his ass. I don't have smoke. Crap. But yeah, it was one of the ones with... Come on, support gunner. Save your life, my bro. Over behind the cover. Yep. Right, my friend. Okay. Syringe. I'm gonna try and save your life, my friend. Scissors. Good, there we go. Now I want to play as you again, so we need to go to the light machine gunner man, who's just been saved, thanks to our delightful medic. But yes, it was fired off the tripod rather than the support mount like this version. And it was honestly pleasant. I liked it. As I said, once we ran the cloth belt through it rather than the link, it was much better. Now, I do know someone who has one like this in the A6 pattern, but again, it's an Israeli conversion. I don't know anyone with an original A6 that's still in 306. Be interesting to compare, actually. But yeah, 1990, like John Browning designs were pretty much bulletproof, and there's good reason for that, because him and his definitely his apprentice as well, who went on to finish the Browning High Power and do the FNFAL. Excellent firearms designers. As I said, I don't think we'll see their like again, because sadly everything is derivatives of the AR or AK platform, which is boring. I know they're good platforms, and yet everyone's copying off them for a reason. Like, I'm not denying that. And I'm not saying you should innovate just for the sake of innovation, but ARs are just boring to me. I mean, AKs are a little more interesting. No, yeah. I don't actually know what I'm shooting at. I'm just trying support fire. But yeah, AKs are a little more interesting. I like the original AKM. I like the AK-74. The 74U Krinkov is adorable. Like, I'd love to have one just because. I don't need one, but it's just adorable and cool. I'm not a fan of the later AK variants, though. Again, Type 56 is alright. I think the spiky bayonet and the changes the Chinese did to it made it interesting. You can see the bolt system there when you look at it. Interesting enough that, yeah, that's kind of interesting, but AKs just don't hugely appeal to me. Also, can I just say, I really feel like a World War I machine gunner here. High ground, aiming at silhouettes, short round bursts. To be fair, I'm doing longer round bursts than I probably should. It should be like 3 to 5 rounds. Yeah, it should be like... yeah, like that. It should just be taps rather than prolonged bursts. But even still, we're getting some good bursts and we're getting some good covering here. Right, we should probably move up. But yeah, AK and AR platforms, it's just boring. It'd be nice to have a bit of change. Something a little bit more interesting than just But who knows. Probably have to wait for the next advancement, which I don't think will be caseless, believe it or not. I think they tried with the G11, and I think it's just not economical enough to bother with caseless. Oh, yes, I did get some bandages. Thank you, medic man. Can I please stand up? Nope, I'm not going to stand up while I'm getting shot at. Why are we under fire from our flanks, guys? Did we not secure our flanks? We did not. Fuck. And then an 88 mil blows me up. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Dearie, dearie, dear. What does the maneuver fire team get? They get Thompsons and Garans, Thompsons and Garans. Oh, this is 43. The M3 grease gun is not out yet. And there's, interestingly, there's not many, that's a 3006. Ooh, wonder if it's got a scope. It's an 03A3 Springfield. But as I was saying, there's not, it does have a scope. Interesting, it's not the super long pattern scope either, it's the middle length scope. Now that's fascinating as well. Fuck, why am I firing from 800 meters away? Let's get a little bit. Holy balls, this is not going particularly well my way. But as I was saying, M1 carbines, I'm surprised we don't see many of them, but I'm guessing 43 they're probably not widely issued yet. Okay. My aim is hideously off. Right. What do we need to do here? We need to get to these rocks and go prone. Someone else had that idea before me, and it's fucking zeroed by some form of artillery. Fuck you. What have you got, my friend? BAR. Alright, so being a cautious man and sniping is not really doing us much good. So let's be a tard and just run. Probably the only thing we're going to have to do. Okay, so they want us to flank the enemy position. I suppose that makes sense. Fuck, I saw the blood go through your leg, my brother. That must have fucking hurt. Right. Moving up the flanks. Sorry, I'm not being, I've been more distracted by the game than actually going on about historical facts and random firearms nonsense like I normally do. Oh shit, BF-109. That's cool. Right, let's go. Fuck. Hide behind rock. Protect me, stone. The geological ancients protect me. Right. Eat shit. Into the trench. Okay. Right. Now we're going to creep our way along. Believe it or not, doing this little commando crawl, maybe it's just because I'm fucking, my body's like broken and falling apart, is harder than you think. Oh, now, Model 39 grenades. This is a good point, something I want to raise. Very good point. Thank you, dead German, for raising it. Everyone thinks the Germans only had stick grenades. Now this is a common misconception. The Germans actually had more of these egg grenades than they had stick grenades. But the thing was, they kept them in pockets because they were quite small and pocket sized. Whereas the stick grenades were seen on belts and shit because they were bigger and, you know, obviously you had to keep them somewhere. So they kept on belts. So you would see in photos the stick grenades. What you wouldn't see in photos was they had way more of the egg grenades in their pockets or their webbing and shit. And that's a common misconception. The Germans had more of those egg grenades in the Second World War than they did the sticks. But the sticks are so obviously well observed that they've become in the cultural zeitgeist the most common thing. It's just a fascinating example of not survivor's bias, but seeing from history how you go. So see there, that guy had a stick grenade there. Also, I'm going to be a traditional American and take a fucking pistol as a souvenir. Not that I need it, but because I can. Which again is another common practice, you know, bring home a sidearm. But yeah, the Germans had more egg grenades than they did bloody stick grenades. Oh, smoke. Right. I got any more smoke? Yes, I do. Right. Fucking leg it like Smeg. Fucking leg it into the house. Hi, German. You fucking walked into the wrong bar. Oh, shit. Oh, he had a Luger. I'm happy with my P08. Not my P08, my P38. It's a souvenir. But anyway. Yes. In New Zealand practice, you were allowed to, as well, keep weapons. Shit. Fuck. You were allowed to have sidearms and, you know, bring souvenirs home. You had to have a signed letter from your CO. During Vietnam, you were allowed to bring back guns as well, but they had to be deactivated if they were automatic. Like a hunting rifle, yeah, if you captured, say, a K98 or something from... Which they did find in Vietnam. If you captured a K98 or something, then fuck it, you know. You could bring that back. But if you bought an AK, what you'd have to do is get it, take it to the unit armorer, okay? Then you'd have to have the bolt face ground off, and then you could take it back. And that was actually common practice. It happened. I've seen quite a few AK-47s with cut bolts because they were Vietnam bringbacks. And they're actually quite cheap because the cut bolt obviously decreases value. But also simultaneously, if you come across an AK that has a cut bolt in New Zealand, especially a Type 56, you can guarantee it was a Vietnam bringback, which increases the price. Just a fascinating dichotomy. Hell yeah, America! Lol.